Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to an SB Reacts where today we have ourselves a track from an act named Relentless Pursuit titled The Remnant of Sacrifice. And if we switch over to here, apparently this is a bonus track off of the Ascension Ultimate Edition, their latest album that's available on YouTube and Bandcamp. And I've recently reviewed work from this album, the song Symmetrical Darkness. I think it went up a couple of days ago as of the time of this recording. This goes out on the channel. So I've enjoyed my time with their music so far, and we're going to listen through this track from start till finish, and we're going to hear what we think. We're also going to be giving this song an overall score out of 10 at the end, but let's go. Let's do it. Oh, modulation. Very mysterious. Should have put more faith in you.
I should have put more faith in you. There is truth, there's a meaning. The only one who knows me. Yes, I am you. You're trying to find the light.
I mean, it's filthy, man, but I love the color of the synths and keys.
You're trading it for your truth. For your truth. For your truth. Was I wrong? Was I self-controlled? Did myself above everyone else? Not you. Above you.
I mean, it's sensational. It's just so colorful. I mean, it sounds like it's been really pushed in the high end, to be fair. And there we go, we've got Symmetrical Darkness in the bottom left there. So I think there's a lot to appreciate about this track, and we're going to talk about it more in the conclusion. And welcome to the conclusion of my review of this track from an act named Relentless Pursuit titled The Remnant of Sacrifice. Hopefully the audio is sounding a bit better in this video today. I've realized, as per every time I update the Slate Digital software, that the InfEQ stuff resets my EQ settings that I have for this stuff back to default. So it's always a bit kind of jank, but it's what it is. This track, it has scored an overall score of 7.9 out of 10, which may not seem like much, but it's actually really good. The vocals were great. I liked them. I scored them a bit higher than the previous track. And some of the words came through a bit more clearly in this one. So I think that this song is about potentially like not having done enough to be able to show that we had that faith in that person. There's been religious connotations throughout the music that I've heard from Relentless Pursuit recently. It's a very important thing to them. And I think it's kind of cool to talk about that stuff in a heavier format. But I get the impression it's about the amount of what we've done required in order to get to where we need to be in regards to a higher power. And you get the feeling from the anguish within the vocals and like the frustration and fury and stuff like that, that it really is just a heavy thing that we're kind of we're weighed down with. So I think one thing that I think I appreciate most about this track is the actual color of it. These synth patterns and piano parts are incredible. The arpeggios and cascading sort of like up and down kind of like parts there with the melodies were beautiful on top of it. And they were a fantastic contrast to what was going on with the low tune guitar parts, bass and drums. It was just brutally heavy there. I would have scored the production higher because it was incredible. It just still sounds like the guitars are in the center of the stereo field. I feel like the guitars could have been fleshed out and put out a little bit more to the sides there. I'm not sure if we are double tracking the guitars. If we're not double tracking them, I think we should. If we're doing the A, B side in the center and kind of copying either side, it phases out. So I think we really need to try and ensure that we're doing separate guitar takes because they're incredible performances. And some of the riff work on this album from Symmetrical Darkness through this one is spectacular. But a lot of what I really appreciated about this track was the actual the beauty of the mid and high range being articulated by those wonderful sort of like glorious keys there. It's magical, kind of like a mesmerizing experience. Another thing is actually just, I suppose, it's not just a contrast between the piano parts and a lot of the downtuned guitar parts. It's also just the because I still am really happy with the production. I think that the quality of the way things are mixed and filtered and EQ'd for the most part is tremendous. There is a lot of high end, but I think it's there to differentiate between the higher and lower elements of the mix there. It's not done to a detriment. It is a nice loud track at that point in the OBS master mixer thing that I can see it being very, very happy in. And it's just a fantastic step up for Relentless Pursuit in their music. It's sounding like it's getting close to a point where I can say it's commercial grade now, and I'm excited about that. It's that they've kind of been, I think, over the time I've been reviewing this, like a couple of years now, if I'm not mistaken, we've been finding little niches and patterns to kind of grow and experiment and explore. And I think we're at a point now where it's starting to find a home, and it's just sounding like sophisticated and mature, and it's what we want. But yeah, in terms of the actual production itself, the vocal recording, etc., like they could have arguably, like, no, it's good. Like I'm really happy with it overall. It's a step up from previous stuff I've heard. It's really positive. It's just the panning and stuff as I mentioned there. But aside from that, like very, very, very good. And even then we could just simply want to have it in the center, and that's totally fine as well. I think finally it's the actual structure of it. There's like these tremolo picked guitar parts that are really neat in like that 2-minute mark there. And they're a nice contrast to what's going on with a lot of the synth and key parts up until that point. Structurally, we didn't necessarily need to have that, but we wanted it. We wanted there to be performance diversity and different things emulated on different parts there to just make it a more kind of engaging, interesting experience. Because even at 3 minutes 18, you can't take the audience's attention for granted. So we had that here. We had just a really pleasant experience hearing a lot of different ideas that effortlessly sort of like transfer between each other in a way that, again, is tremendously positive. And so I think those are like a few of the things I really appreciate. Like I liked how the vocals were done as well. We're continuing to work on the clarity, some of the growled kind of like fryish parts there, and we spoke some parts as well. There was kind of like that kind of hardcore-ish kind of tint to it, which I thought was great. It was nice to have that variation to it, and there were some parts where just the vocals were kind of like harmonized and overdubbed. It was just brutal as hell, man. It was just fantastic. Really positive feedback on this one from me. Like 7.9 out of 10 is a very good score. 9s are rare and 10s are just not a thing that exists for me. No song's perfect, arguably, at least for me as a reviewer, but there's nothing apart from what I mentioned that I would fix. I feel like it's a great direction we're going in. I wish them all the best with the album release, because thank you for watching my review of this track from an act named Relentless Pursuit titled The Remnant of Sacrifice off of the Ascension Ultimate Edition album, and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please go show them some love via their YouTube and Bandcamp page, and stay cool and stay safe, and please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. And I'll catch you in the next SP Reacts. Spiderhands out.